Welcome to Espresso with Vinny, podcast 10. We're taking a little road trip up to the Alps today because, we want the fresh air. It's fall, got cozy. So it's a different atmosphere than our usual, down in the nice little towns. And we're going to talk a little bit about some more fun stuff, talk smack, have a good day. It's all about having fun, guys. And of course, thank you for following me, whether it's Spotify, Rumble, YouTube. Cheers. Vinny, you ready to go outside? We're going to go hit it, babe. Okay? That's my baby. We're ready to go outside now. Got warm with espresso. Okay, it's a little chilly out, but I love it this time of year. Okay, buongiorno. First off, funny story. Again, walking around a dog park. I don't like going in them because, there's crazy people, patzos. But I'm walking around training the dogs. I got a big bully breed with me. He's intact. And a little old lady comes up and she had quite the personality. Her dog lunges, some beagle mix, lunges at the bully breed I'm with. Bully breed I'm with doesn't move. Oh. She yells at me. It's my fault, son. I said, "Man, your dog's trying to attack my dog. You shouldn't be out in public with this crazy animal. Okay? You need to take it home." And she gets more vulgar and more angry at me and starts yelling at me. And she says, "It's my fault because the dog is intact. He's got his testicles." So I look and I go, "Lady, you know something? Are you a bitch because I'm still intact?" True story. She swallowed her tongue. She didn't know what to do after that. Someone had to call 911. She's flopping like a fish on the sidewalk. She didn't know how to handle it anymore. I tell you, some of these feministas are too much. Okay. Yeah, man, you can use that line too. It just came out naturally. I don't even think about these things. It just flows, right? Okay. Next story. Okay. This story, I'm going through commercial center, right? Looking at some shops. I'm training a little girl. She must have been 11 years old with her dad, a little brother. He was about 8. And I can see in the distance, I got another one. I can spot him like that. Lady's staring down. I need her approval, supposedly, how to train a dog, right? And so I tell my client, "Listen, this lady's got eyes on us. Don't be surprised that she doesn't follow us around and eventually come after us." All right. And he tells me, "Wow, you got good eyes. You can see that?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I can watch them. I know the crazy ones." So sure enough, she shows up as we're leaving and she says, "Is it necessary to train the dog like that?" Now, mind you, this is a boxer adoption that I took in, trained the dog, got it at a level where it was now to be handled by the girl and the little girl and the father and so forth. And they're doing beautifully, doing well, but it still has a few little shaky moments. It wants to attack dogs and so forth, but not too bad, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't be in the commercial center. And she couldn't handle the fact that we pulled the dog back. Of course, that's what I knew a leash was for. That you have a leash so you can hold the dog back, right? You're not supposed to say, "Oh, I'm worried about the dog's health," while it goes over and kills another dog or bites someone else. But that's the logic today. And so the lady starts getting upset and asking questions. We're ignoring her. So the little 11-year-old girl, she does a soft shutdown on this lady. Sweet little voice. She says, "Ma'am," she says, "I'm just a little girl, and this big boxer, I can't control him any other way. That's why I'm following the instructions of how to handle him with my dog trainer, with the leashes. And that's the only way I can handle him. But he's getting better." And the lady just sat there biting her tongue. She didn't know what to say. Sometimes the soft sell, when you have like a little kid, school the adult, works great. Oh, I love it. All right. On with the next topic. We're rolling. A little chilly out here. I have to keep reloading on hot espresso. All right. Growling, dog growling. not all breeds are the same. Some are very vocal. Huskies are, Vinny actually, he can growl like a lion quite often. And I don't blame people for being worried a little bit, big pity here. And not showing teeth, he's very vocal. So it's best that, someone who's professional with dog behavior and understanding the vocal tones and understanding what a intent is from the sound interprets it, that you hire someone to say it's okay, because I hate to see dogs get punished, yelled at, or people get nervous when the dog's just being vocal. I've met a few actual live tigers, live cats in my life, and they're always growling and moaning, but they're having a conversation actually, and they're not going through a recipe book, salt and pepper, trying to figure out how to eat you. That's it. You have to learn how, like huskies, for instance, they love to growl, they love to howl. You can get an African Basenji, they kind of sing at a high pitch, but a lot of dogs will growl and they're just getting your attention. So please don't always judge a dog by the tone of the growl. You must really be an expert in knowing dogs and also your specific dog. Things I would say to look for, as long as the dog is not showing a lot of teeth and getting stiff and leaning into you and getting too much focus. But I've seen huskies be incredible actors. They could just win an Academy Award, put on a big show for me. And I just show teeth back and I look at them and stare them down. And then I start laughing at them because I know it's a big show. And then they just start licking themselves and just, getting a big puppy look and smile on their face again. And they know that I know that they're just putting on a big show. So it didn't intimidate me and I laugh it off. But in general, learn the body language and the vocal tones of dogs with someone who's a professional, because again, that's a touchy area for people to understand. Fear. Let's talk about fear. Put up enough of that crap the past few years, right? Well, this fear BS. Okay, so understand in that propaganda of fear, it's been slid into the dog training world more in the past 3-4 years. I've been hearing this BS slowly creep in since the 1990s. Fear, there's healthy fear, let's face it, okay? So I give clients examples because I meet clients all the time, and I have dogs that I'm working with that have aggression issues, or they are letting the kid smack the dog around in the face and the dog's tied up and it's a big cane corso, and they're not being responsible with the child, saying, child, get off. And what do the parents say, right? Well, it's so hard to control them sometimes, our children, so we don't know what to do. Well, that's this generation, frankly, because they're afraid to put fear into the child about getting bit or getting angry at the child, because everyone's pushing this, you'll destroy their personality. The child will no longer be creative and smile, and it'll fear your parents. Hey, it's healthy fear, okay? Everybody's got it. Again, it's all this BS that we talk about in the world that's illogical. Here's examples. I'm going to just talk to you straight. If I'm sitting here right now having an espresso, the police come by, the polizia, hey, buongiorno, I'm fine. If someone steals the Ferrari and starts driving off, right? They fear the police, as they should. No kidding. It's called conditional fear. Unfortunately, in 2023, I have to make these examples. I really do. Conditional fear. If I'm speeding in the Ferrari, right? 120 miles an hour. I see the lights come on behind me. Polizia, of course. I'm fearing the ticket, the insurance, the car compound, taken away. You have to live with a certain amount of fear. Don't tell me that you've got this all worked out where the life is fear-free. It just doesn't happen. So I see the woman there, and she's the mother, and she's looking at the kids and the nanny, and everything's too much work. She's staying home, and all she has to do is worry about 2 or 3 kids in front of her, and she's got a nanny to help her, and it's like, I'm just overwhelmed to have to work with the dog and the kids. Travis, stop throwing things. Travis, stop hitting me. Please, Travis, I'm going to turn my back and ignore you, Travis. You'll get a timeout. And instead of the dad getting up and saying, knock it off, And the mother's saying, no more. You don't disrespect me. You understand? Because they're afraid the little kid will run. Now, that was an Eastern European mama going, hey, suka, like that, get out of here. And a Latina, cállate, cierra la boca. Así. No, Italiano with a wooden spoon. Yeah, you wouldn't see that disrespect. But here in America, no. Oh my God. And then I look over at the dad. What's the dad like? He's working from home. He's on the computer, right? And he's got his little soy latte from Whole Foods. And he's a vegan and he's just typing. And he wants to please his wife and he won't get involved. Okay. That's a dead deal. That's a dead deal. You're never going to train the dog. You're never going to see a good dog. It's never going to be the dog that you want it to be. Your kid's going to be a little brat and a little effer, and the school teachers will hate him. And you don't see it. This is called you can't see yourself. You're living in denial. I don't know if it's the new generation where you got your selfies out and you're so narcissistic. All you care about is this, your little skinny jeans, your little boy there. You call him a husband. I got news for you, man. If your wife doesn't respect you, she's going to look somewhere else for action. Period. Okay? So you might as well have someone get mad at you for being a real dad and a real man and telling the kid you're going to respect your mom, you're going to respect me, and you're going to respect authority, and get in your room and shut up and stop being that way and stop hitting your mother and stop hitting the dog. But these are scenarios I encounter, and it's not going to get any better. Don't call a dog trainer. See if a therapist can fix your narcissism. I don't know what to tell you. You sit there going, your lips out, shooting pictures of yourself all day. Right? It's not reality. Anyhow, that's my take on it. So dog training has to have people that are mentally capable of being stable, especially with dogs that have reached the point of aggression. You're adopting a dog that has aggressive behavior, or a dog that's neurotic and chewing and destroying everything in the house and barking out the window and the neighbors are complaining. You have to be mentally stable enough to handle training. Someone needs to tell you. And in 2023, as nuts and fatso as this mundo, it's crazy. I'm going to tell you because I'm sick of it. So please look at yourself in the mirror. It's the first psychologist, as my grandfather used to say. And look at dog training. Discipline is results. It takes discipline to train a dog. And it's a lot more work than you think it is. I've had to put in a lot of work with Vinny, and I still am, but it's worth it to me. I love being good to all these animals, and I love being good to children and seeing them succeed. And it's amazing how children and animals, the similarity is they're attracted to strength. So if you're one of these guys out there with your little man bun and you're like, I'm gonna get another soy latte because my wife loves me more when I eat bunny food. And you have no testosterone level. Dude, forget it. Okay? That's why you're gonna lose your freedoms and your wife sure the hell never respect you. So other than that, remember these little animals have gentle souls, but they still need structure. And without that structure, they feel insecure. And when animals feel insecure, they can get aggressive, they can panic, they can chew, they can bite, and they can also just run away from home. None of those options we want to see happen to these animals. Okay, love you all. And hey, I know it. You love me or hate me because I give the truth, but you're not going to kill this messenger. Fighting back. Great holiday.